Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to CC Media, where it is all about Nintendo, and today I want to do something a little different because instead of setting up my video equipment and making a whole thing out of it like I usually do, as you can see, this is an audio-only video, and that's because I've got a couple videos in the works right now that I'm very excited about, but I really wanted to do something about Animal Crossing New Horizons because I've been playing the game for almost 2 weeks now, and it still feels like I'm getting going with it. Like, this game takes a while or not that it takes a while, but it's a gradual growth. It's a gradual experience. It's not like you can get through it all super quickly in a week or something. So it's taken a while, and I still don't feel like I quite have enough time with the game under my belt to write a whole review. And again, that's not because of anything other than the fact that the nature of this game is that you play it over a long amount of time. So today I wanted to do a video talking about my thoughts and impressions on the game so far. It's going to be pretty relaxed. It's not going to be edited at all. I'll probably have some footage of the game up on the screen, but yeah, I just wanted to get my thoughts on the game out there because I've got a lot of things I want to say, and I'm having so much fun with it, and I'm sure you would probably like to hear what I have to say about the game, or at least hopefully you would, because I know this game is a very big deal right now, and it seems like everyone is talking about it, and for good reason. So, without further ado, here are my thoughts and impressions on Animal Crossing New Horizons. Hope you enjoy the video. But actually, before we get started, I want to take a quick moment to share something that is very, very cool, and that is a new CC Media intro that has been created and animated by CJ Destroya. Oh my gosh, this clip is incredible, and I'm going to use it at the start of all my videos from now on because it's just so cool. CJ, thank you so much for making that for me. It was so kind of him to do that. I will leave the link to his channel in the description down below. I'm sure you want to see what this intro itself actually looks like, so here it is. I still cannot get over how cool that looks. So CJ, thank you again for doing that. And yeah, now that we've covered that, let's get on with my thoughts on Animal Crossing New Horizons. This might be a while, so go ahead and grab your favorite snack, or maybe even, hey, turn on New Horizons and listen to me chat about my thoughts and impressions on the game. I have no idea how long this is gonna be, but there's no time limit, so I'm just gonna keep talking until I want to stop. So overall, I just want to say this. This game, Animal Crossing New Horizons, it does not feel like a game. That's the big thing. The big thing I want to stress in this impressions video. Like, it doesn't, when I'm playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, it doesn't feel like I'm playing a video game. It feels like I'm like inside of this authentic, delightful world, you know, that you get to be a part of. And I know that's such a cliche by this point, right? You know, like, oh, it makes you feel like you're inside the game. But to me, this game really is the definition of losing yourself in a fictional world. It is such a calming and delightful and relaxing experience. You know, I mean, it's not that you feel like the character that you're playing as either. Like, it's not like, you know, the controls are so fluid and smooth that it feels like, you know, you are the character. That's not really it. It's more just the entire package as a whole. You know, whether it's the characters and how they interact with you and the environments, or the way the weather impacts the atmosphere and how, you know, the leaves blow in the wind. It's just everything about this game. The entire package just really makes it feel like this authentic, grounded world that you get to be a part of and obviously build. I guess I should say too, I've never played an Animal Crossing game. I own Animal... okay, maybe I shouldn't say this. I own Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, but that's purely for a jokey reason. It was literally like $6 at Target, and so I bought it one day. I haven't even opened it, but I'm sure someday I'm just gonna like destroy it or do something stupid or funny for a video. But for now, there is an unopened box of Amiibo Festival sitting in my bedroom. But besides that, I haven't played or owned any Animal Crossings before, so yeah, this is my first one. So I'm sure, you know, part of the super positive response I've had to this game is due to the fact that this is my first Animal Crossing, but also, like, it's I feel like it, I mean, from what I know of the other games, it also stands apart quite a bit. It's quite different. Nintendo took a pretty big leap in terms of the structure of this game compared to past entries. I mean, and for starters, you're building the town in this game. You know, you're building the entire village. You're not, plopped into a pre-existing place with, characters that are already there. You are building the village yourself, and I think that is so cool. One of the main things I really love about this game is that it's equally inviting and relaxing as it is satisfying and rewarding. I feel like it could be really easy to look at this game and just assume it's like a structureless life simulator that just kind of plops you on an island and then you just kind of got to go from there and figure things out yourself. Sort of like, I guess you could sort of say like Minecraft in a way, it just kind of throws you out there and you got to fend for yourself. But that is by no means this game. There is just enough structure, I think, to keep you engaged and keep you excited to play more. It doesn't just plop you on an island and expect you to build a town, but there's characters you interact with every day, and there's different tasks you can accomplish, and gameplay mechanics like crafting, I think, add a lot of gamification to it, to the point where, like I said, it keeps you really engaged. And that's really awesome. I wasn't sure leading up to the game if it was how structured the game was going to be. I mean, I know that was a big question for a lot of people. And having played the game for a while myself, I can safely say that I think the amount of structure here is just right. Also, I think what's great too is you kind of have the choice as a player to deviate from that structure, from that, I guess, like format, you could say. You could, not talk to any villagers every day and just kind of go off and do your own thing, go fish, go to islands, go forage for materials, and that could be what you do. But then you can also choose to, do the day-to-day tasks and talk to Tom Nook every morning and check in on the shop and everything. So it's very open and it leaves a lot for the player to decide what they want to do, and I think that's really cool. As for me, I try to do everything I can every day. I love talking to all the characters. I know there's a specific achievement on the Nook Miles app where you can, if you talk to every villager every day, you'll get rewards after a certain point. And so I try to do that every day, talk to every character. And oftentimes that leads to some really funny and delightful interactions. Like the writing in this game is really, really clever and funny. Also, something I thought was really cool was at one point Gulliver washed up on my ocean. Actually, it's happened twice now. But the first time, it was so cool and it blew my mind because one of the things he said as you were trying to wake him up was, I forgot what it was, but it was like, it is verily the nature of dreams that they will come to an end, or something like that. That is a direct quote from the Windfish from Link's Awakening, and that is so cool. So it's just like little stuff like that it shows, their attention to detail and the little, it doesn't have to be references to other Nintendo games, but it's just really clever dialogue choices and stuff. I think, really make the game shine. Are one of the many shining elements of the game. Something I like to say about my favorite movies is I think it's something that can actually be applied to this game quite a bit, and that is that great movies can't be boring, but they can be slow. In other words, slowness is okay if it's done right, and I think the same can definitely be said about New Horizons. Yes, this is a slow game, and there is no way around that. Unless, of course, you time travel, which is something people are doing, which I don't really like, but you know what, do what you want to do. But anyways, there's no way around the fact that, yeah, this game is slow, but it's also thoughtful, it's not slow in a boring way. And I think that's really cool. It's relaxing and it's calming, and I know those are two words that everyone's probably going to use to describe this game, but it's true. It's also very cozy. It's just, I don't know, it's such a warm, welcoming, I feel like I've used the exact same adjectives this entire video, but that's what the game is. It's slow, but it's not boring. And I think that's a really, really great thing. It gives you just enough stuff to do without losing its calm sense of ease or overwhelming the player. I will admit though, there have been a couple times when I have become overwhelmed by everything there is to do because, there are quite a few things you can do every day. I mean, you can do the stuff on your island like fish or go forage for materials or dig up fossils. You can go talk to all the villagers, or you can use Nook Miles or Nook tickets to go to the deserted islands, and there is quite a bit to do. I mean, it's not a lot, but sometimes it feels like a lot. And I'll admit sometimes I start to feel a bit overwhelmed by that. But every time that happens, I just kind of have to take a step back and be like, okay, what's the point of this game? The point of this game is for it to be a calm, fun experience. And I noticed that similar thing happening to me with Stardew Valley also. Where like I start to get into this mindset of grinding and like, okay, here's my plan for the day. I'm going to do all this. That is a way to play it, and I think that's a good way to play it if you enjoy it that way, grinding and trying to get, make the most out of every hour. But every time I get into that mindset personally, it sort of makes the game lose its charm for me, and I just kind of have to remind myself to take it easy, and just kind of have fun with it and not let myself be overwhelmed by all the things there are to do. As I sort of touched on earlier, it's also not just the big things, that make the game so great and so special. I mean, it's the small things too. Like I was talking about, those talking to characters and the clever writing and the witty dialogue and just the way like the leaves on the trees blow in the wind or the how beautiful the stars look at night when you look up. Or it reminds me of like the top tier Switch titles from like 2017, where it was just so clear that Nintendo spent so much time perfecting every aspect of a game, whether it's Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. It's just like every small thing was treated like a big thing. And I think that's something that they did with this game as well. There's no parts where it feels like it, comes short. Besides, I will say one thing, which I'll touch on in a second, but like there's no parts where, it feels cheap or it feels lazy, whether that's in the user interface or in the environments or the animations or anything. It just all feels so polished and perfected to the point where you can tell a lot of care was put into this game. So I mentioned a second ago, there is one area where this game I think falls short. And I bet you can guess what that is. Multiplayer, specifically online multiplayer. Well, I haven't tried local multiplayer, so I'm not sure. I have tried local online multiplayer, but just not like playing it with two people on the same system. I think that's a thing you can do, right? I think so. But anyways, so the first time I tried playing online multiplayer with this, I was excited and I was very intrigued by how it's all done. I like how you got to go to the airport and you talk to Orville, and it's very fun and it's cute. But it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth after that first experience, and here's why. It was my second day playing the game, and I tried to play online with a total of 5 people. So it wasn't just me and someone else or me and 2 other people, but it was 5 people. And so maybe it was kind of the confusion of that, but oh man. Playing with 5 people, it is a sluggish experience. Once you get on the island, once all of you are there, it's great. It's actually really fun. But each person has to, for each person who comes to the island, everyone has to sit through this like 30-second long animation of them, essentially flying to the island for each individual person, not all at once. And everyone, it doesn't matter who you are or where you are on the island, it stops what you're doing and it says, a new player is coming to the island, and you gotta wait like 30 seconds to a minute for them to join. So imagine if 4 people are trying to come to your island, so one by one, you have to wait for them to fly and you just kind of stand there and you aren't able to play. It is horrendous. It is awful. It is bad. It is really, really bad. And like I said, it is so much fun when they get to your island. And again, it's not much of a problem when you're playing with just one person online, or maybe even 2 people. I've done it with my sister and I've done it with Paige a couple times where, we go to each other's island and it's great. But when you're playing with more than, I'd say, 3 people, oh my gosh, you just gotta wait. And it is the worst. It is laughable how it's so bad. It's like, why do you have to sit through this? That's the big complaint. That is the one big complaint about this game that I have. But for a game that's so, I would say, perfect in practically every other regard, to have such an annoying, sluggish thing, it makes me laugh because it's so annoying. But you know what? It's fine. It's one thing in a group of many things that make this game great. And I kind of want to move on from it and stop talking about it because I don't even want to think about how slow it is, and not slow in a good way either. I guess I'll talk a bit about kind of where I'm at in the game because, like I said, I'm a little under 2 weeks in, so I've still got a ways to go. But the the Bunny Day events just started, and that is very exciting. And this morning, I just got the resident services upgraded, so it is a full-on building right now, and that is so cool. And a character just joined the game, which I'm also very excited about. If you haven't reached this point, I won't say who it is. I won't, in the footage, I'll be sure to not go inside the resident services, but, or maybe it's called something different now, actually, I'm not sure. But I won't go inside so you don't see who it is, but I'm just very excited that this character joined, and so it's very cool. But like, on top of that, a ton of other stuff started this morning. Like, suddenly I have hourly music, and that makes me so happy because I don't have to listen to that same track over and over again, which, granted, it was an alright track, but I'm so excited about having hourly themes because it just brings such variety to the experience. Also, having the updated resident services means now there's a town flag, which is really cool. It's possible I already had that and I didn't realize it, but I just realized it this morning. And so, like, yeah, this morning, all of a sudden it was just like a bucket load of new stuff. Like, now I can have a theme song for my town and a flag and this whole building and this new awesome character that I'm very excited about and was hoping would join my town soon. A lot of good stuff happened out of nowhere today, and so I'm really excited to keep playing. But yeah, I guess all that to say, I'm still going with the game, like I'm sure you are, and I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon, but I've definitely not reached or even come close to a plateau, that is for sure. I'm excited to be able to move buildings around because I don't really like where I placed my house. But I'm excited to get my town to the point where, like, it's so big and sprawling, but also compact, and there are, like, pathways leading to different buildings and stuff, and, like, even I get lost in it. Like, I'm so excited for that. I think it's gonna be so cool, because right now it's still very, like, big and open and stuff, and that's fine. I think I am about ready to wrap things up. I mean, I'm sure there's more I could talk about, but I bet this video is already so long. This has just been my, my rambly thoughts and impressions, audio only, completely unedited, video talking about Animal Crossing New Horizons. So thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. This is not a normal type of video for me, but I don't know. I wanted to talk about the game, and I didn't feel it necessarily warranted a whole video setting up the equipment and everything, especially because I've already got a couple others in the works that I'm editing right now that I've already filmed, so I don't want to take too much time away from those. So that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I mean, let me know if you want more videos like this, just talking about stuff, audio only, very chill and relaxed, because I know that I personally like these types of videos because I can just listen to them while I do something mindlessly, like play Animal Crossing New Horizons. But if you don't want them, that's fine. Don't say anything, and I'll just assume that I'll just not do these videos very often. But I think it was kind of cool, and it's much easier for me, I'll say that, much less time consuming just doing videos like this. So let me know what you think, but it's cool either way. So yeah. I think I'm going to thank you for tuning in for, I think, the third time, which will hopefully be the last time, as I think I am actually going to end the video soon. So, with that, I was about to thank you all again. Well, I guess I just really appreciate you watching the video. Anyways, I will see you all in the next one.